At 6:41 and starting this morning, the federal government shutdown will now impact air travel. The nation's biggest airports will see a cut in flights, and that could cause some travel nightmares.
And that could trickle over right to our airport here in Montgomery. WSFA 12 News reporter Bethany Davis is live at the Montgomery Regional Airport this morning. Bethany, that shutdown is happening during the holiday travel season.
Yeah, as the season progresses, it really could be some major headaches. But as of today, the FAA decided that starting this morning, it's going to reduce air traffic flow by 10% at some of the nation's busiest airports. Not necessarily directly impacting Montgomery Regional Airport, but it does have some ripple effects. This is Brittany Jones-Dabney with Montgomery Regional Airport. Let's talk about some of those ripple effects and how it could affect passengers flying in and out of here.
Yeah, so obviously people flying into our airport are connecting to our major hubs, which include Atlanta, Charlotte, Dallas, and D.C. So we're really encouraging people to really stay ahead of those airlines, check your airlines so that you'll be able to get the most up-to-date information, because you can get out of MGM, but you may have some delays as you're trying to get out of those major hubs.
So what do people need to know, particularly this morning, but even in the days to come? What should we be doing? What maybe should we not be doing? What do we need to readjust and prepare for?
I would say, number one, preparing for travel updates and being able to really check in on your airlines, making sure that they're going to be able to get out, having those text messages, email alerts. Those are going to be essential, and downloading that app to get that first-hand information, because the airlines are going to provide that information, and we'll just kind of update it on the airport side, as we get those updates. But you're really going to get those updates first from your airlines, so being sure that you download that information.
Yeah, and as we've seen this morning, it's probably important to arrive a little earlier than you might expect.
Yes, I would extremely caution people to arrive early. It does say to arrive about 2 hours early. At MGM, we encourage our guests to arrive at least about 90 minutes early. Now, there is a cutoff time for both American and Delta Airlines. They will cut off the bag area at 45 minutes, so make sure you get here within that 90-minute window, or you may experience extra delays.
Let's talk a little bit about the weeks ahead as we continue, if the government shutdown does continue, if this airspace, we are hearing that airspace could be temporarily closed even. What do we need to know about our plans, especially as people prepare to travel for the holidays?
Yes. I would say people just right now are going to have to pack their patience and be able to just really have some of those alerts ongoing, monitoring your airlines and being able to see what their plan is. And we're just going to adjust as we hear from the airlines and the FAA on how to determine the best plan for MGM.
Yeah, we do know this is affecting a good bit of people, particularly as we head into the holidays. We know that Thanksgiving is typically the busiest travel season of the year. AAA hasn't released its expectations for this coming Thanksgiving yet, but we do know last Thanksgiving, nearly 6 million people hopped on a plane for the holiday. We have seen increases every year, so that can mean big impacts this coming year.
All right, Bethany, we're hearing that almost 800 flights so far have been canceled this morning. The FAA announced 40 airports and, quote, high-volume markets will reduce flights by 10%. You can find a list of those airports right now on our website, WSFA.com.